Hello, Internet! I am so incredibly sorry for the way I look. I've been to the beach for about 5 or 6 hours today because we have an actual heat wave over here. It's so hot that my candles have melted. So I feel a little bit boiled. My hair is an actual mess right now, and I'm not wearing any makeup, so I'm sorry if I look horrible. Really, truly horrible. I'm very sorry. But it's just this video is going to be mostly about Denmark, actually, my origin, where I'm from. Because I've noticed that a lot of YouTubers like to talk about different countries and the things that they like and dislike about their countries or different countries, and accents and dialects and the language in itself. And I think that's kind of cool, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my country, give it a little praise, you know? So I have 5 things that I love about Denmark, and I actually do love it. I may be talking about moving to somewhere else, but I do love Denmark a lot. It's a nice place to be, cold, except for when it's a heat wave, but else it's cold and rainy all the time. But let's move on. I actually made a list, so 2 seconds. I had to compose a list because there was actually, when I got started, there was a lot of things that I liked about Denmark. So, here we go. 5 awesome things about Denmark. Okay, the first one is probably the one that people hear about the most. It's universal free healthcare, which sounds super weird when you say it, but it is actually free. It's like you could need chemo, or you've broken your foot, or you've hurt your pinky. Anything related to healthcare is completely free. You don't have to pay for it, and if you're in the hospital for a long time, you don't get these bills just piling up on it. So I think that's really, really, really cool and really amazing. The only thing that is about healthcare is that dentists aren't completely free, which means that you don't have to, you start paying to go to the dentist when you turn 18 and upwards. But until you turn 18, that's actually free too, so that's awesome. So if you're poor or is a little less fortunate than anybody else, or am a student, then it's really amazing. It's really, really cool. The second thing actually leads next. So, that's awesome. Money, you get paid to go to school, which is really cool. I mean, we have these different steps of education. You have the primary school, I guess, where you spend from grade 0 to grade 9. And when you're in grade 9, you're probably about 15, 16, and then you can choose to take 10th grade, just to up your grades or something like that. And then you get next to, I don't know if you would call it, I think it's like last year of high school-ish combined with college. We call it a youth education, which is pretty much 3 years of intense education where you get all the necessary steps leading upwards to the next education. When you turn 18 on the youth education, you start getting paid with something called financial, I don't know if you call it financial support. Here we call it SU, which is pretty much that, for example, me, I get 3,000 Danish crowns per month, just to, just to go to school and everything. Which is really awesome, because when you're young and you go to school, you just don't really have that much time to have a job next to school, because it takes out a lot, you know? And I think that Denmark has recognized that young people probably can't pay for everything with just their jobs, so they started doing this, and you actually get it all through the rest of your school life, which means that if you take a superior education in university or something like that, even though the education can probably take up to 6 or 7 years, you still get paid. So that's really awesome. That's really amazing, and that's one of the things I love the most about this place. The third thing is language. And I know that sounds weird because most people, especially Americans and everybody else who speaks English, thinks that when we talk Danish, and actually also when we talk English for some people, it sounds like we have a potato stuck in our throats that we're trying to burp up or something. But I actually love the language. It doesn't really sound pretty, and we have sort of weird dialects when we talk, but it's language that's hard to learn, and I think that's kind of cool. We have a language that's hard, and not a lot of people talk it or can talk it from the beginning. So it's not like English, for example, which everybody learns. It's like a different language. I kind of like that. Then the fourth thing is the cheap stuff. Like really, I can get a beer for what is probably 75 cents. That's the cheapest beer I can find here. That's still good, by the way. So I think that's kind of cool that, you know, alcohol, for example, is really cheap. You just have to be 16 or over to buy it. Cigarettes is cheap. I don't know how many of you smoke, don't do it. But that's cheap as well. And, you know, close everything is actually really cheap. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that you don't have to spend a million to get 5 new shirts, you know. The last thing, which is something a lot of people from different countries actually compliment Denmark on, is that we're super friendly. It's like if somebody, a random person, asks us for directions, or it's just it looks lost, or anything, we're so willing to step up to the plate and help them. For example, if we see a pair standing, or just a single person standing with a map looking confused, we actually, no matter if that's the direction we were headed or not, we just go over to them and ask if they need help to find out where they need to go. And if not, then it's just like, yeah, good day to you. You know, and we stop up and we talk to people, and it's really amazing. You know, and Danes aren't afraid to sit down to a stranger and share a beer or give money or something if they need it, which is amazing because one or a few times I've lost my bus card or my bicycle been stolen. When it's really nice to get up to people and say, you know what, do you have a little something so I can catch a bus home because whatever reason? And people are like, yeah, I'm gonna check. You can just take whatever I have, which is really awesome. I think that's nice. I mean, people in other countries that I've visited, at least, are super friendly as well. But it's just, I think that Denmark, we're really good at being really friendly a lot of the time. So I think that's cool. That was some of the awesome things about Denmark that I had to share with you. If there's anything else you want me to do, Danish food, and explain what it is or something, or talk Danish, I don't know, anything, then comment it or write me a message and I will do it as fast as I can. I got a few more videos coming up about stuff, so just do it if you want to, and then I hope you enjoyed it. I know it got a little bit long, but still. Okay, bye internet.